All right. Hey, Deanna, thank you so much for joining me today. I think I met you about 4 or maybe 5 years ago. And I had the worst hot mess of books that anybody's ever seen before. And I was looking for somebody to take care of me. And you happened to come into my BNI. And we've been best buddies ever since. So how long have you been in the bookkeeping business?
Uh, it's about 35 years. I've been in the tax and accounting arena. And I started off when I was young, 18 years old, working with H&R Block, and just kind of worked my way through taxes and accounting. And I found that was my niche.
Nice. It takes a special kind of person to deal with numbers all day long, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're boring.
And so when I met you, you were with a big firm. You kind of separated and went out on your own. So what made you do that? How did you get started, and how did you open up your own business, and why?
Well, during the pandemic year, I just happened to see so many businesses, just not being able to stay open. And a lot of it is because of the corporate level, the corporations that are helping these clients, they are targeting much bigger clients. So these small businesses were kind of being pushed aside in a sense. So I felt a niche to help the small businesses and entrepreneurs stay in business and help them, at a corporate level service, but with the corporate, not the corporate level price. And so that was my target, is to help these businesses stay in business.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, when I came to you, I think I had maybe just one employee, right?
Wow.
But I was still doing everything wrong. And you really helped me fix a lot of that stuff. And so that being said, like when you're interviewing somebody to be a future prospect client, what kind of questions are you asking them? What are you digging into?
Well, first of all, when they're looking for a new bookkeeper, my question is, what are they, if they have a bookkeeper currently, what are they not getting? Is it communication? Are they not hearing from them once or twice a year? Are there questions? Are their books being reviewed? And usually it's communication. It's too late by the time they get the information and it's tax time and they have to pay all these, tax liabilities because they weren't engaged with their bookkeeper throughout the year. Now, if they're brand new clients, I talk to them and I actually listen. They have the reins of the floor, so they're talking, and as they're talking, I'm listening to pain points that they're stressing. So that is a really key thing, is listening to a client.
So you mentioned pain points, right? And I heard the word tax. That's always everybody's pain point, right?
Right.
What are some other what are common pain points for people that they should even be looking for that they might not even know?
Oh, good question. Stress and anxiety.
That's every single.
That is a lot right there. Stress and anxiety. Relevant information. Are their books updated? So if they need a loan, are their books updated so they can take their financials to the banker to see, if they can start the process of their loan. Family time is everything. You have to have that time to engage with your family. Your business can't run without, your family, the support of your family. So, but it's important to engage with your family. But taxes, yes. If you are stressing, it's because you don't have all your books in order to do your taxes. So you're on extension and they keep pushing them out and pushing them out. So with a with a good bookkeeper, your books are updated all the time. So when it's time for taxes, you're engaged with their CPA. And that's the most important thing, is my time with their CPA. And we're communicating at least twice a year to make sure that there's no hidden surprises at the end of the year, and they have to come up with an abundance of money to pay those taxes. So engaging with their CPA is number one with, during the tax time. And so that's really important to make sure that they know where they're at. But relevant information, do they know where their books are at? You know, what is it that they're making? I mean, you know, I work with your books, you know, and we're engaged, you know, and that's something, you know, I give my financials by the 15th of each month. That is my guarantee to my clients, you know, so they know exactly where they're sitting at, and they're not, you know, stressing out, oh my God, where am I at? You know, where am I at in my books, you know? So yes, it's important to have those.
One thing that I absolutely love that you do for me is that you not only have my profit and loss and my balance sheet to me by the 15th of every month, but you also have previous months compared to last year's. And it's really cool to see yourself either growing, or, you know, I need to step it up, or I need to cut expenses, or you're able to read the numbers, as opposed to, hey, I made money this month. Hey, I didn't make money this month. Or as a lot of self-employed entrepreneurs do when they're first starting, is there's no money in my bank account, and there's no money in my bank account. So, and I know we laugh about it. It's really not a laughing matter. It's kind of funny because I was there once, and it's so important to know where all this cash is. Now, you just mentioned a CPA, and then you do, but what would you say the difference is between, what is the difference between a CPA and a bookkeeper?
Oh, great question. A bookkeeper, first of all, doesn't have to have a CPA license, but a bookkeeper does the everyday data entry, you know, payroll, cleaning up the books, make sure everything's done, doing your receipts, doing invoicing, you know, your daily back office work. Where an accountant, what they do is they analyze the book and they see the bigger picture and they have a conversation with you. So that's the difference between my company, is because of my natural, you know, the nature of my background is I have tax and accounting. I cannot give the advice, but I can give you what your books are telling me. And we both read, the accountant and the bookkeeper do read the financials together. You know, we cross paths that way. So, but a bookkeeper is, a bookkeeper is cost effective, whereas CPA can run you quite a few dollars. So yeah, there's a big difference in that.
Basically, you read this, you can read the story to them that's being told, right?
Yes, it's a clear picture, you know, you're up or you're down.
Now, I'm a small business with 5 employees. So you take on a lot of people like me, but other than a loan officer slash business owner as myself, who are some of your other perfect clients?
Oh my goodness, I love the real estate agents. I love them. They're wonderful to work with. Brokers, they work together hand in hand. I work with lawyers, small business lawyers that own their own, small.
Not like mega.
No, not like big accounts. Those CPA would probably work more with the bigger accounts. But real estate agents, I found that are they are similar to each other. So when I see a real estate agent that comes to me and I know a lot about the market, it's like, oh, I got tools I can help you grow and utilize in your business. So that really works a lot too. And it's just certain creativity, you know, that comes into place. So I'm not just a bookkeeper. I'm always looking for to help the company grow in a forward motion. And some of my ideas are great, you know, and some are like, oh, I never thought of that, you know. So, you know, and that is a big part of my business, is just not looking at the books, is how can I help you in your business?
So for me, it was kind of cool that what you did is I just kind of lumped everything into a lot of things into just marketing, right? And then what you did is you actually had me break it out. Okay, well, if you're marketing and spending money in this specific area, and you can start to see like how many leads are coming in based on this marketing for this particular market. Well, that might not be worth it for you to spend money there anymore. Instead of just saying, here's the marketing budget, put it all in that category.
Right.
which was fantastic.
And it gives you guys a bigger picture of where you want to target, you know.
Yes.
And is there an area where you can actually start building a second part of your business, like staging, you know, incorporating that into your business. So
Yeah.
that really works out too, you know. So,
You know, that's especially for real estate agents, that is 100%. Like if they had a whole staging thing on the side, well, okay, now there's income coming in from the staging, which is super important, right? For me, it's I have a second thing coming in for processing, and I have, you know, and different streams of income, all for the kind of basic same
exactly.
idea. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. And then I personally use QuickBooks. Do you work with a whole bunch of different softwares or anything?
I have in the past, however, QuickBooks Online is what I really like to work with. I do know other programs, but QuickBooks Online, because it's easy, it's simple, it's, you know, a press of a button and we can get those financials. You could be anywhere in the world. You could be on vacation. You want to buy a house. Oh my goodness, you know, you're in a different country. You want to buy a house. Where are my financials at? Well, let's just go ahead and look them up, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's easy access, you know, right there. And
Yeah.
and like I said, it's relevant information because it's updated information.
Perfect. Perfect. And they're kind of the biggest and best, you know, they do have it all going on.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you're just a small, just a single agent, but a big producer, for instance, right? So an agent that does 60, 70 homes, he or she may bring in a ton of money, has a lot of things going out, but there's no payroll really. Everything that they do is kind of 1099. Is there different QuickBooks programs that you would use, or is it just kind of one specific thing?
Well, are we talking about payroll?
Yeah, if there's no payroll, like I have payroll, for instance, right? Like, do you get like a cheaper version of QuickBooks, or is there?
Well, okay, so QuickBooks, I personally have, you know, being an accountant, I get the 30% discount for my clients.
Okay.
And under my belt, and so it's a set fee. If the client wants to go out on their own and get their QuickBooks, you know, they're paying a certain price, like a 3-month at a lower price, but then after that it goes up, and every year it keeps on increasing to where
Gotcha.
if you're under my my belt, basically, you will only pay the certain price. However, different steps of or different programs have different features. So if you want a budget tool, you know, you have to be at least in the pro or premium level. And a lot of my clients are in that because they want to know where their budget's at.
Gotcha.
And so I do an annual budget when I sit down with the client and we talk about those budgets.
Nice.
And then payroll, you know, I outsource payroll. I found out that QuickBooks is not a human, right? We don't get to talk to them. So the mistakes that QuickBooks makes is really, you know, a tremendous issue. And so I outsource, and I have wonderful people that I work with, you know, different companies, and ADP, Paychex, Heartland, Prime Pay. These are really great, you know, payroll specialists. And so they know exactly what they need to do, you know, for the employees. And
no, nice. Now, are you just a one-man shop? Do you have anybody helping you? Like,
I do have other people working under my belt, and it's wonderful because they are very knowledgeable and we work side by side. And when there's questions, you know, we get those answered, you know, right away.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've got a great team. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And then, if anybody wanted to come on with you, interview with you to see if you're willing to take them on, how would they reach out to you? Who would they call?
Yeah, they can call me or they can email me, and and I would address them and interview them.
Okay.
But what I would look for is, you know, the skills, making sure that they have high skills.
Yeah. Now, would you say that before they bring on a bookkeeper, would you say that there is kind of a minimum amount of money that they should be generating on an annual basis? Do they need to have a corporation? Do they need to have all that stuff?
Well, yes and no. Okay, so if they're a startup, I love helping up the startups because they don't know how to set up their books. I can do that for them. But if it's
Okay.
if their fee, or excuse me, if their revenue is not coming in just yet, I might do a quarterly review while they do the books, themselves. And at some point, they're going to be so busy that they don't need to be doing those books, and they just pass the books over to a bookkeeper. But you need to make sure the bookkeeper, when you interview the bookkeeper, you kind of want to know, what is their policy? What's their turnaround? What happens if you got questions? Do you just put them in a spot and then just let it go? No, you need to dial it in.
Yes.
You need to answer every question so the client has a bigger perspective of what their books look like.
I know when I see questions from you, I have to call because we're going to be on the phone for a little bit,
But it's more or less, I'm understanding your business.
Yes.
And that's why I specifically target, the real estate and brokers and lawyers, because that I have an understanding of your guys's, work and what you guys do. And so I'm with you guys,
Yeah, it's funny. I see an email from you and I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? Oh, mom's mad at me.
It's not spending a whole lot, right?
Yeah. So lastly, I'm just kind of thinking, why would somebody want to bring on bookkeeping with Dee?
Well, because I am passionate about you. I am wanting to help you guys. You get relevant information, you get timely information, you get peace of mind. And the most important is you get family time. That to me is really the most important thing. Your business is going to stay afloat. Get out of that back office and enjoy what you do most, and that's building your business as well as spending time with your family. And with that books are getting done.
Make more sales calls, right?
Right, exactly. Your business.
Yes, awesome. So what I'm going to do for everybody, thank you so much, Dee, for jumping on here with me. I'm going to have all of her contact information down below. You can reach out to her anytime. I'll have her phone number and email address. Also, did you build out a website yet? Is it all up?
It's going to be updated. Hopefully by this month, it'll be up and running.
Nice. So, and we'll have all of her contact information down below for you guys to reach out to her. I highly recommend her. She's one of my very favorite people. And she keeps my brain sane. So anyway, thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You got it. See ya. Bye.